Hello again. How you holding out? It's week 7 of lockdown for me. I've been out twice, pretty much just in my car the whole time. Well, I was in my car the whole time, and yeah, it's middle of April. I've been thinking about things you want to do when this is all over, or things you'd like to do now. I bet going out for sushi sounds good. Remember that? Remember when you'd reward yourself for having a job or for just having money by going out to sushi every now and then. Well, we're going to give a try at it here tonight. I was looking in the old boomer pantry, and I saw I had the most essential ingredient. This is sushi nori, the what you wrap it with. And I have it on hand because I like to cut it into my miso and my pad thai. I don't often make sushi rolls. In fact, I haven't for about 20 years. We're going to try it tonight. The sheets are a little small, but we're going to give it a go because we can improvise everything else. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I've got rice, but it's long grain brown rice. We're supposed to use short grain white rice. Sometimes actually labeled sushi rice. But that's the kind of rice you're supposed to use. What I had on hand was a frozen block. The last of my rice. I cooked up a pot of it, and what I wasn't going to use right away. See, I freeze in a plastic bag. It freezes good, and then when you want it, you take it out and toss it in the microwave about 2 minutes, and it's already cooked and ready to throw in a burrito or omelet or eat by itself. But anyway, so I grabbed out one of these. This is frozen. I grabbed one out and I thawed it, and it was much too loose. Now, the sushi rice that you get in the sushi restaurant, they treat with sugar, white sugar, and vinegar before they roll it up. So I did that to the brown rice here, except I didn't want to use sugar. I've got sugar, but I use honey instead, which I used before. You want to make it stickier. That's another reason why I use the honey. And you're supposed to use rice vinegar. Didn't have that either, so I used apple cider vinegar, which ought to be just fine too. The other ingredients I looked at is, sushi is fresh raw fish. Well, I'm short of that right now, but I do have some canned seafood. Check this out. It's seasoned cuttlefish in soybean sauce. Never had that before, and I have some tuna here. Your basic canned tuna, cuttlefish, basic canned tuna. I think we'll save that for later. I bought that for the canned food challenge at this apocalypse party called Wasteland Weekend. I say find somebody to you eat this, I'll eat that. And probably the cuttlefish is pretty good, but we're going to go with the tuna. And we don't have any radish sprouts or cucumber, so we're going to go with some greens fresh out of my garden and some leftover water chestnuts. And remember the dried mushrooms that we put in the whatever it was we put it in. couple shows ago. So yeah, and I've got one of these. It's not your regulation bamboo sushi mat, which I had once upon a time, but I was homeless, so I lost everything. Not quite everything, but I did lose my bamboo sushi mat. And I gained quite a few things, mainly up here. So we're going to use this. And these are kind of small, so we're probably going to have to make two. Just make one right now. Hey, wait a minute. This isn't a proper sushi bar. I don't look like a sushi chef at all, do I? There we go. Okay, now this is better, isn't it? Isn't this much better? Pretty little robe here. Dates back to when I lived in Hawaii. It's that old. And this necklace, it dates back to Burning Man. Yeah, I'm that old. I'm so old I can remember when Burning Man was cool. So, sushi restaurant. Yeah, let's make it seem like a sushi restaurant. You go to the sushi restaurant, the chef, yells out at you, "Ah, konnichiwa, pinche gaijin!" And you yell back, "Ah, yeah, right on," and go take your seat. So let's see how this rice looks. Well, it's not at all white, but it is kind of sticky, which is what I was going for. You smell the vinegar, and gotta have a bowl of water there because it's supposed to be sticky, and therefore it sticks to your fingers. So when you're doing your sushi here, you wet your fingers. And yeah, that's the way I'm going to do it. You people out there that are sushi masters. Oh, we're not live. Okay, I don't have to worry about getting my feelings hurt live. Okay, so there you go. I don't know what that is. A small amount, eighth of a cup of the rice. Keeping tablespoon, I don't know. Okay, here's the main ingredient. This is the tuna. And get the fingers nice and wet again. And we'll just pile on I'm trying to figure out what would be about the thickness of a piece of tuna or salmon in the roll. And I think that's about right. Okay. Onto the water chestnuts. Get a little crunch here is the idea. Nothing more. And then use all of those. Excuse me real quick, I gotta go in the kitchen and get the mushrooms where they've been soaking in cold water. Okay. Let's try everything out. Okay. Here's the mushrooms. This is the dried shiitake mushrooms. They're reconstituted. They've got a really nice little flavor. Okay, we're gonna add our greens in a minute. Let's go ahead and keep piling on the flavors here. Oh, that was sesame seed oil. A little bit of sushi. Instead of making a separate sauce, I thought I'd put it right on in here. So I've got some wasabi. Oops. Yeah. What? Better pour myself some tea now. That's a lot of wasabi. It's good wasabi. It's really, really good wasabi. So here's from my garden. I've got some Wandering Jew here. I don't know if it has a Japanese name or not. I didn't have anything else, but I use these in other things. Okay. That's all I plan to add. I can't think of anything else. So where's my water? You wet this part here. Once again, it's a lot like rolling a joint back in the old days. And pull it back on itself. And we'll take a little look at it. Roll yourself down there, brother. And then you do this. And get the damn can out of the way. Voila! We have a sushi roll. It's a little bursting at the seams here. There's a shiny side and a dull side. I have trouble telling the difference. I think this is the dull side down. I'm going to wrap this up again. Yeah, with you see it's bursting on me. It's it's probably another gaijin thing to do, huh? Okay, and again. We'll gum it up like a gummed rolling paper, and voila! Here we have it. Their green's not looking as dramatic as I'd hoped. Oh, we need some Japanese sushi restaurant music, don't we? Okay. Cut in the middle first. A long, sharp, thin knife. All right, let's try one. Huh. This one. That's pretty gosh darn good for just stuff we had on hand. Okay. I'd say sayonara, but that would be really corny. Be well, everybody. Go ahead and try making some sushi. If you have nori, if not, use a tortilla. In which case, you didn't make a sushi roll, you made a burrito, but go ahead and eat it, it'll be good. See you next time, everybody. Be safe.